Next, we have night spots on fire. And we're not talking about hot night spots. We're talking about night spots, the incident that happened in Phuket, where there was a fire in...
The Tiger Club.
What was it called? Tiger Club?
I've never been there, but I've read about it in the Bangkok
So there was a
Post.
fire and 4 people died and 11, 12 people were injured.
Okay.
So a lot of people are starting to talk about this again. Hey, you know, we had this incident in Bangkok like about 3-4 years ago.
A New Year's
Santika
Eve, yes.
on Ekamai, and that was really bad. 60 people died. Has nothing changed? 3 years? Did we not learn anything? Have they not fixed this problem? And this fire actually happened at 4 a.m. in the morning?
Well, fires do happen. I mean,
4 a.m. in the morning? 4 a.m. in the morning?
No, okay,
Why
so
was the pub still operating at 4 a.m.
So the story is there was heavy rainfall in Phuket. Is it Patong Beach or somewhere, wherever the Tiger Club is? Probably Patong. There was heavy rainfall and the transformer blew up. And the fire, you know, it blew up, it caught fire, when the fire went down, whatever, went down the cable, touched the building caught on fire. People were sheltering inside the club from the
rain.
fire. Yeah. From the rain, sorry, excuse me, from the rain. And the club caught fire, and then the lights went out because the transformer blew up. They didn't know how to get out of there. And then, unfortunately, 4 people died, got
burned beyond recognition,
up.
apparently.
Yeah. And the original story was like, okay, there's 3 Farang and 1 Thai person got killed. And now it's, okay, we know it's 1 Thai, but the other 3, as yet, unable to identify because their injuries are so bad.
So are night spots dangerous?
Night spots, by their very nature, Kunfer and I, are dangerous places to go to.
Very dangerous for many, many reasons.
Yes.
I think the club you were referring to earlier was Santika, right? I think that's probably more than 3 years ago. More than 3 years. And, you know, what happened was the fire at Santika, so many people died, right? Then everybody talk about safety.
That fire was caused, it was a New Year's Eve party, pyrotechnics being fired off inside the packed club, set fire to the roof, the ceiling.
Whatever the cause of the fire was, it was the same thing as happened in Phuket. The lack of emergency exit,
They didn't know how to
the lack of sprinkler system, the lack of anything. So when that happened in Santika, everybody talk about how we need rules and regulations, how clubs and pubs needs to have this safety measures, so on and so forth. It became very big news. The government, everybody important, everybody influential, have something to say about it. A few days later,
there was no feasibility study.
I guess nobody provided feasibility study because nothing happened. Because as you know, I still go to the clubs.
Hey, I mean, even I still go to clubs, and I'm having a great time. I'm going to some of my friends. I'm having a great time. I've had loads to drink. There's cool people there. We're dancing.
I was there then.
Yeah. We were there together, maybe. You know, drunk as a skunk, and I'm thinking like to myself, you know what? This place is a death trap, but I'm having such a good time.
Exactly.
I don't care because I know where the exits are. But hey, you know, anything could happen, right? I think we're lucky that this doesn't happen more often, judging by the state of some of the places that we go to.
I mean, if you looked at RCA, right? If you look at RCA, the exits are all at the back. You know, at the back of, let's say, at the back of some of the clubs, you actually have cars driving past. You've been to RCA, can you imagine the picture?
In RCA,
they close the front.
The back, there's a small road and there's a wall. So you ran out, you ran through the wall, and
you have to run through the wall. That's
but you can still go out the way you came in.
It's filled with people. You got 1,000 people in there.
It's filled with people.
You got 1,000 people in there.
Okay, so what happened is the clubs are so popular that they have to now spill outside of the building, right? So they spill outside of the building, they close the road. So you have to make a detour when you actually try to get in and out. And you use the detour, it is to the back of that, as he mentioned, at the back of the clubs where there is a wall. So as you are escaping a fire, you could be hit by a car. There's no proper exit.
You could be hit by a fire truck.
If the exit is open in the first place. The thing about fire trucks is if the places are so crowded and the soils are so narrow.
Do we have fire trucks?
We have fire pickup trucks.
Fire pickup trucks, okay.
Because the soils are so narrow, we have to use pickup trucks to get in.
Okay. It'd be pretty hard in RCA, I'd imagine, on a Friday evening when the place is jam-packed with cars and people to get a fire.
Clubs are open.
So maybe what we need to do, we need a feasibility study to check the quality of the sprinkler systems.
That means someone's getting paid to go party.
Yeah, because
Every
I know that in many buildings, this is what I don't know, sorry. What I heard is in many buildings that you see the sprinkler system. I don't know, we have a sprinkler system. Oh no, we don't have a sprinkler system in this studio.
Yes, we do.
Oh, we do?
We do.
Making
Okay.
comments like that, you get a call from upstairs.
Yeah, well, okay, so the sprinkler system goes on to hit those lights and we all get electrocuted. Okay, so there's sprinkler heads protruding from the ceiling. But if you open up the ceiling and have a look, they're not connected to anything. It's purely cosmetic. How about that?
This is a stage.
I'm not making a call on the quality of this building. I'm just saying that I bet you if you went into many buildings in Bangkok and you lifted up the ceilings, you'd see sprinkler systems that aren't connected to anything at all.
We actually have fire regulation measures. It's a matter of law. However, it covers only new buildings.
Right.
Older buildings, they don't cover. Like, for example, the Tisco building that was burnt.
Right.
That's fine.
Alright,
Way back then, it was an older building, so
He didn't
they didn't have to.
any
Exactly.
of the
So
news.
the law is a bit wishy-washy, and even when there's a law, there's a problem with enforcement of the
Yeah,
law.
okay.
Like everything else here.
Well, I think it would be unreasonable to expect building owners and club owners to sort of retrofit sprinkler systems.
Unreasonable?
Yeah, sure.
We're
it costs
talking
a lot of
people's
money.
lives.
Yeah,
Come.
that's the way it is. That's the way it is. I mean, they could have more fire extinguishers. They could have better lit fire exits. They might even train their
Unlocked
staff.
fire exits.
Yeah, they
training staff,
might not have the fire exits chained up or blocked with rubbish and bottles and stacks of stuff. Well, they might actually train their staff on fire prevention. God forbid.
Well, I think this stems from the makeshift nature of extensions that they make to the outlets, where they are not regulated. So many times fire happens and you say, oh, this was due to an illegal extension of the building that was not allowed. So
I mean, at least you're not meant to smoke in nightclubs anymore.
Okay, the problem is you
That's
only
one good
discover
thing.
these things when something bad happens.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so
discover
I
it
mean,
when
we've had
bad.
like 2 serious nightclub fires in the last 3 years. Given the number of nightclubs we have across Thailand, and given
actually not that
given
We're by
bear with me,
statistics, right?
given the fact that some of them may operate after hours, so they're open. There's more nightclub hours going on than there should be, and given the popularity of our clubs and some of the sort of nefarious behaviour that goes on inside them that I've only just heard about. 2 accidents. Okay, tragic accidents. 2 accidents in the last 3 or 4 years. It's got to happen. Statistically, it has to happen. Right?
Well, to sum it up, I mean, in Thailand, we are reckless, but we are lucky. However, just to be on the safe side, if you're in Thailand, life insurance, accident insurance, get them, please.
Well, no, I think if you're going to go to a club, find out where the fire exits
There
are.
ought to be a club insurance.
Check out where the
Club
fire exits
insurance.
are.
Yeah, I want to take out insurance when I go clubbing. Anything can happen.
You going clubbing tonight?
Just like they have travel insurance, right? You can
Like,
buy
for
on demand.
example,
or
if a girl
something.
say no, I may become traumatized. I need to get paid for that. Insurance for everything. Physical and emotional trauma.
Litigation for everything. I think
Exactly.
is what you're
That's
referring
how it
to,
should
not
be.
Insurance. Yeah.
So, what's the advice? Play safe.
Just
Sounds
play.
like a
Just
condom
play.
commercial. Just play. And
Life is short.
Okay, if you're going to go out to a nightclub, at least before you get drunk, check out where the fire exits are. Know where you are.
good advice.
Yeah,
Well,
absolutely.
this is not a very responsible show, is it? But anyway.
No, I mean, people are going to go, they're going to get drunk, they're going to, do whatever they do in nightclubs, but I mean, at least know your way out before you go in, or as you go in. Yeah.
As you go in.
Okay.
So you can get out before the place burns down or anyone, don't be one of the unlucky ones, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah?
I guess we can all agree with that.
Okay. Moving on to our final topic.
What is it?
Transgenders.
I shall twist the way I cross my leg just for this story.
Transgenders. There was a story about the Thammasat University students who will be receiving their graduation certificates, and they are allowed to dress as females.
This is a new thing?
Is it new? Apparently not so new, but it's made a lot of. Well, it seemed like there was approval this time around, right? Apparently, the royal household threw the issue back to the university and left it to the university to decide to allow or not to allow a transgender to actually dress as female.
As a female. Okay.
Actually,
So
I teach at Thammasat, so
are
let
you
me
a
share
Thammasat?
something.
Are you a Thammasat alumni?
Not an alumni. I never went to study there, but I teach there part-time. And well, first of all, let me tell you, transgender students, they're everywhere. I teach in front of 50 students, and maybe half of them are transgender.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Well, okay, I exaggerate.
What are you saying?
Maybe 2 or 3, but that's them in every class, which is okay, which is fine. Now, transgender women who are trapped in manly body are everywhere in Thailand.
Yes.
And usually when you have graduation ceremony, they dress as girls anyway, and they receive the diploma anyway, but nobody talks about it. The reason why this story became an issue is because this particular girl, they just give her the respect and call her a girl because that's what she wants to be.
Okay.
She made a request, sent a letter to the palace, because it's always a member of the royal household who gives the diploma.
Okay.
And the royal household, as Adrian said, defer it to Thammasat. If Thammasat is okay with it, it's up to Thammasat.
But as you said, like, people have been doing this.
Yeah.
Transgender people have been doing it for years anyway, without any hoo-ha.
Apparently,
so why would one
the chairperson
girl
of the
now
association
submit the letter?
Well, see, it's a
difference
between
about it, or what?
it's a difference between don't ask, don't tell,
and
I'm gonna tell because I'm proud of who I am. So why, if I were her, why do things under the carpet, hush hush, like you're ashamed of something? No, if this person want to be a transgender, want to dress like a girl, want to receive a diploma
so
as
she
a
wants
girl,
to officially
do it officially.
Okay.
Recognize me for who I am.
Okay.
But
That's
it doesn't stop there, right? Okay, she gets.
I mean, they've been doing it for years anyway. So what's the difference?
They dress as a girl every day, and they probably
no, but they've been doing it for years anyway at the graduation ceremony. So now, if you were a transgender and you were doing it for years,
perhaps this instead
just
of
want to make a scene.
Instead of when they announce Mr. So and so, now they can announce Miss So and so.
Okay.
Maybe that's the case.
Okay.
I think the most important thing here is the recognition.
Okay, so
recognition.
When they call your name at graduation ceremony, is it Mr. or Mrs.?
They can't do that, right? Because you can't officially change your name. You can't officially change your gender in your national ID card. You will still be Mr. So it doesn't solve anything, does it?
Perhaps not. But I think the point is this lady simply wanted to be recognized for who she is, and I think, in my opinion, she has the right to be recognized for who she chooses to be.
All right. So the bottom line is,
right? She wants to be recognized officially.
She won out in this case. Thammasat did recognize her officially.
Thammasat said it's okay. However, other universities have also come out and say they will not allow it.
This is not a blanket
at their
approval,
universities.
Okay, so at Thammasat, as a transgender graduating student, she's being called up as Miss.
Or Miss or Mr. I'm not sure about that one. But
sure.
the fact that she will walk up and receive the diploma in female dress,
which
is
she would
officially
which
recognized.
she would have done anyway.
Yes, but it is now officially recognized. You are stunned.
Well, I'm not. I just want him to have the last word.
I know the cases.
No, because I mean, my point is that it was going to happen anyway, right?
I know of cases of transgender.
If you ask for the permission, they might say, "Oh no, I'm sorry, you can't have it," and then there'll be a problem. But you could have had it anyway.
Be a problem.
If you just kept your mouth shut, you could have had it anyway.
Don't ask, don't tell.
Yeah.
Okay. No, but it's a problem when they travel, for instance, in a transgender. If you can't change your official gender, you can't change your name. When you travel, you're holding a male passport. When you go to the UK,
you don't have to show your passport though when you go and get your graduation, whatever it is.
Right, I know. So, but I mean, I'm saying, why not address this issue officially, properly, and provide some kind of equal treatment and recognize this as something that has been going on for a very long time, and it's not something that's going to stop.
Okay, I mean, I've never been to a graduation ceremony before.
It's not about
to say I didn't graduate.
It's not about graduation ceremonies anymore.
For me, it's a bit of a non-issue, but we can agree to disagree on this one. I mean, it happened. It's happening.
Yes.
It's going to happen anyway.
Yes.
It could have been refused, but it didn't. All right, thank you guys. We're going to wrap this one up. Thank you for watching. That was the weekly update of what's going on in Thailand's top 10 in the news, the topics. Thank you to Mr. Adrian, and thank you to Voronine. Thank you for coming in. Hopefully we'll see you, or definitely see you next week. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again next week. Bye-bye.
They can never break your pride. It's time to regulate.